Hello, welcome. Let us discuss and understand about natural language processing or NLP. In the earlier lecture, we have understood that transformers are heavily used in natural language processing. Also, transformers are used in computer vision. Most of the modern generative AI tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek all work based on the natural language processing. Most of the modern generative AI tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek use transformers to perform the natural language processing. Now let us understand what is natural language processing. Natural language processing mainly involves these steps. One is understanding the human language. Another thing is interpret human language into computer understandable language, and then generate the response for a human query and respond to the user. So we can define a natural language processing as it is a field of artificial intelligence that focuses on helping the computers to understand, interpret, generate, and respond to human languages. Human languages here means languages like English, Kannada, French, Hindi, etc. Computer can understand these human languages and interpret them and then generate the response for our query and then respond back in a human language. Whenever you are using a tools like ChatGPT, you just give a prompt in a English language or a French language or Hindi, and it supports multiple languages. And it replies back in the language that we can understand, not in the computer language of 0 and 1. It is able to understand the language that we speak, like Kannada or English or French, and it responds back in the language that we can understand. This is called natural language processing. Transformers are the one who is responsible for this natural language processing. And these transformers work as a backbone of modern NLP tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, all these tools. They use the transformers in the backend to do this natural language processing. For example, in natural language processing, you will provide a question to a system in a language that we can understand. For example, I ask a question here in English, explain the concept of gravity. So I am providing the question in a human understandable format here, and it gives back the response here in a English language, that is human understandable language. This is called natural language processing. In the background, it does all the work and it provides us the output in a language that we can understand. That is why it is called natural language processing. To perform this activity, that is natural language processing, transformers are used by these systems in the backend. They are the backbone of these systems. Let us understand how transformers work in NLP, that is natural language processing. Here, first step is you give a input, and then that input goes through a process called tokenization. In the tokenization, you break the sentences into a words or pieces. Here, for example, this input is broken down into a different pieces here, right? This is called tokenization. And then it goes through a self-attention mechanism. As we have discussed earlier, in the self-attention mechanism, for each word, model looks at all other words in the sentence to determine which words are important for understanding the given word or the current word. For example, if it is trying to understand sat, then it focuses on the maybe cat, because cat is sitting on the mat, and then it goes through layers of understanding. The transformer uses multiple layers to build the deeper meaning, like a grammar, intent, etc. We have discussed in the earlier lecture about the deep neural network, where there are multiple hidden layers, and it goes through those layers. And then finally the output phase, the model performs the tasks of answering to our question or translating the given text or summarizing it. Based on your question, it will provide the output. So basically, it goes through these four steps. One is tokenization, and second step is self-attention mechanism. Third step is layers of understanding. It goes through multiple hidden layers. And then finally, fourth step is providing the output to the user query. So this is the high level overview of how transformer works while performing the natural language processing. Later in the course, we will discuss in detail about the tokenization. Thank you for watching.